Even though they haven't really played that up on TV much, it's more like a Twitter thing, right? Like, I don't know what the storyline is. Like, there is no... It's just like, as much people, we're going to give them title shots and see who wins, and then they'll fight for the title. And, like, that's why nobody cares, I think.
Yeah. Well, also, the same reason nobody cares about Bayley, because you just kicked her while she was down. She wasn't woman enough to use the kendo stick in the match, lost the match, and then she never got, insider term, she never got her shine, if you will, after that. So why should people care? All of a sudden because she won one match in a roll-up? No, nobody... Stop. Speaking of not caring, SmackDown. SmackDown opened with a pretty good segment. I think it was John Cena comes out, puts over Nakamura, and then the next thing you know, Baron Corbin comes out. Everybody's making a big deal about his new music. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Does it suck?
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, Cena challenges Baron Corbin, and Daniel Bryan comes. Corbin says he doesn't have to fight. He's fighting for the belt, blah, blah, blah. And Daniel Bryan comes out and says, well, they have to have a match at SummerSlam, right?
Yes.
Is there any way that Baron Corbin wins this match?
I don't know.
I don't think Cena's going to lose clean to Nakamura and then do the JOB to Corbin.
Not. I assume it's the same thing like we talked about when we talked about the Battleground pay-per-view, where they just have the guy with the briefcase lose all the time, and then like when he cashes in, they feel like it's a surprise, and then he has ready-made feuds for him because he just got beat by a bunch of guys. So I would assume that he'll lose to Cena, and then maybe he'll cash in on Nakamura like later in the night or something like that.
That's what I was thinking too. Because how many times have they done this where they lose like the opening match and then they cash in the main event? Just repetitive and stale, and I'm over it. The next match was interesting. The Usos defeated the team of Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger. I get it. Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger are both from Canada. SmackDown was from Canada, so you put two Canadian guys together. I actually thought they had pretty good chemistry. I enjoyed this match for this 6-7 minutes it was with the 3-minute commercial break. I feel like it just kind of ended out of nowhere. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's fair. True story, I booked them as a team like 4 months ago.
Did you really?
Yeah. On
the show?
No. It was when BK had asked us for like SummerSlam, a potential SummerSlam card like 4 months ago. And I was trying to figure out like tag teams and stuff on SmackDown because I think at the time they hadn't done the Superstar Shakeup. So I put like Zayn and Dillinger together as a team on SmackDown because I didn't have anything for either of them to do, and I think I teamed them up against like the Usos or something like that.
Wow.
Here it is.
Speaking of Back to the Future,
From
buddy.
my notepad at work to...
That's what we do. We take notes at work about professional wrestling. I thought it was a good match, but we're talking about guys that are just getting buried. Ty Dillinger, man. He's over with the 10 thing at the Rumble. Everything was perfect. The planets aligned. Then he was off of SmackDown for 3-4 months, and now I don't even know. He's out there jobbing to people. What are they? They just don't know how to use him.
They're wasting my time.
They're wasting my time.
Wasting my time.
Speaking of wasting,
Charlotte Lana match. Did you watch it?
No, wasting of my time.
Oh, did you not see the spot where Lana inadvertently pulled Charlotte's tights down?
No, I didn't. I have it on DVR. I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah, it's only from the backside. You can't see anything.
She pulled down the front.
The backside.
She pulled down the butt.
The back of her tights, yep.
Yeah.
But the camera was shooting from the front, so you can just tell like it came down because of fans. Everybody went nuts.
Didn't see that.
Yeah.
Lana's good in the ring, though.
There's some GIFs online. I'll talk to you about it after we go.
Sweet. Of the this is good booking. That's good booking.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to send me that. Now. I'll pause the show. Man, this is your favorite. This is your favorite thing about professional wrestling. The next two are just you're at the. I love how much you love this.
Before we do that, I guess what did you think of the? Did you enjoy the Owens, AJ, Shane interview segment?
Oh, I thought that was after this. I didn't watch it. True story. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fell asleep watching SmackDown last night. So at work today, I watched the rest of it, and for some reason, that wasn't on there. Okay. I'm sorry. I loved it. Thought it was a great segment. Whatever. I'm honest. Everybody can suck it.
The Naomi loss to Carmella.
So you're not going to talk about it?
Well, no. I mean, you can't really go back.
Did you like the segment?
I did. Crowd was into it. It was in Canada, right? They were kind of pro Owens, even though he tried to get them to turn against him.
Didn't he talk about the screw job?
He talked about the screw job, and he showed some highlights of Shane screwing over Stone Cold in the Survivor Series '98 tournament. Like, so he was kind of playing up how Shane, will screw people over when he's a referee, and they kind of dug on the McMahons a little bit, and they had a little bit of a dust up at the end, and AJ accidentally hit Shane with a Pele kick.
Did he hit him anywhere near as impressively as Owens punched Mike Chioda last week?
I don't know.
Did you see them? Did you see them show the strike again this week?
No.
If you get a chance, last week they had a perfect angle of it where it looked like he rocked him. This week, I'm telling you, he was not even within a foot. And for some reason, the production truck showed the angle of Owens literally clearly missing him, like by more than a foot. And that's on Kevin Dunn. That's brutal. He can't show that.
He's a nerd.
He's a bozo deluxe. Speaking of Bozo Deluxe, who made his return but your buddy and mine, Ellsworth. Carmella defeated champion Naomi.
Big fan. Big fan of the Ellsworth. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do love him. He's a big fan of Married with Children.
Yep. Huge pop from the fans for Ellsworth's return. Everyone was waiting for it.
And they saw it coming a mile away.
Carmella got the win. Good stuff there. And then Orton and Jinder Mahal, they had a grudge match, non-title. The Singh brothers were not in the building. Basically just telegraphed what was going to happen at the end. And Orton ended up beating him with the RKO, 1, 2, 3. And, there goes the champion. So after Jinder had to cheat to beat Orton like several times with help from the Singh brothers and Great Khali, he finally gets a one-on-one match with Orton with no outside interference and loses in about 10 minutes. So
2 weeks before the biggest pay-per-view of the summer at SummerSlam.
Yep.
Now, explain this to me. You have the champion take the pinfall in back-to-back matches. If you're the agent for the Randy Orton Jinder Mahal match, and I'm the agent for the Carmella Naomi match, do we talk at all? Do you think, or do they have so many writers now that it's just they don't know what each other's doing? Because there's no way in good conscience you could have this happen back-to-back. Like I feel like that. Like somebody has to like say, hey.
You should tweet Road Dogg. I'm pretty sure he gets back to people and then blocks them when people get on his case for what they don't like about SmackDown. So,
okay, what's his Twitter? At
probably
OUDK.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was like at WWE Road Dogg or something like that. But
no, I think it's at You Didn't Know.
Road Probably. Dogg? I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna get on him. So I think that's terrible. I think Naomi taking the loss. I understand because of the outside interference that I'll give that one a pass. But your champion taking the pinfall to a guy he beat twice in a non-title match 2 weeks before he, defends the title at SummerSlam. Ginger's got zero heat whatsoever. He had the Great Khali come back for a cup of coffee, and then apparently he wasn't physically able to work, is what I read. And then he's gone. You have Cal Penn, by the way, from Harold and Kumar. Did you see that?
No.
Kumar was at SmackDown taking pictures with Jinder and the Singh brothers.
There you go.
That's a shoot. Somebody said
Maharaja,
Jinder and Kumar go to White Castle to pop me. That was pretty funny. But why do I care about Jinder Mahal? Like, why should I care?
Because he's the modern-day Maharaja. That's
he's a modern-day Mahamayas, okay? That's what they've done to his title reign. I was totally bought into the title reign in the beginning. I thought it was something new, something different, but you're just cheapening him. You're cutting off his nuts week after week after week after week. Now, why shouldn't Nakamura beat him, There's no reason not to. I'm sure Nakamura is going to win, get the huge pop, and then out comes Baron Corbin. That's my prediction. You want to talk about a guy who's not ready to be the champion? Baron freaking Corbin. Do not put the title on him.
Well, you know what? To be fair, neither was Jinder, so.
That's true. But at least Jinder can talk on the mic, I will say. I think Jinder's better on the mic than...
Speaking of that, Shinsuke Nakamura cannot. So I was...
No, I completely agree with you. I think he's terrible on the mic, too. But I also think he's... None of them have the trifecta of being great on the mic, being great in the ring, and being over.
You know who does?
AJ Styles.
Yeah.
It's nice. Can you fist bump me for that one?
Yeah, I can do that.
But what's he doing? He's wrestling Kevin Owens. I don't know, man. I thought SmackDown was tough to get through. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, but the only good thing, I'm sure I say it like almost all the time, but the fact that it's only 2 hours makes it a little easier.
Yep.
Fashion Peaks.
Oh, that was awesome.
It makes it go
Did
a
you
lot
ever
faster.
watch Twin Peaks?
No.
Okay, I watched Twin Peaks, so I really thoroughly enjoyed this.
Okay.
I'm really a big fan of those two. And not for nothing, I thought Connor and Victor were hilarious. It's like
the pie.
We just came here for the pie. What are you doing? You guys gonna leave? Yeah, we are. So, what time we got? How are we looking on time? Are we closing up? We wrapping up shop?
It's time to wrap it up, my friend.
Oh, it is time to wrap it up. You know what? Next week, should I tell people now? Next week we're gonna have Hulk Hogan. No, just kidding. We're not gonna have Hulk Hogan. Next week is gonna be a big show. We're gonna talk about NXT Takeover Brooklyn. We'll do predictions for that. We'll do predictions for WWE SummerSlam, and we're also gonna be joined by a special guest. Yeah. We talking about the guest?
Is it Chance, your dog?
No, it is not Chance. Actually, he's been boycotting ever since the whole Kaepernick thing.
Oh.
I think he's taking a political stance on all sports. He's been watching a lot of roller derby.
Has he been kneeling a lot?
He's been pooping a lot.
Okay.
So I wonder if that's...
I don't know.
I wonder if that's something to do with it. Anyway, next week we're going to be joined by Brian Orlando of 94.3 The Shark, Long Island radio station. And I'm not just saying this to put the guy over. I think 94.3 it's the only station I'm going to listen to. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best station for, someone who's a fan of the type of music that, I am, I guess, as far as on Long Island. Like, if you listen to for, like, a rock alternative stuff from, like, the 90s, he mixes stuff in from the 2000s, obviously, and then some stuff from the 80s, depending on what it is.
Right.
Zeppelin or whatever. But it's a lot of stuff from that era, and that's what... So, if people our age grew up on that and you're fans of that, listening to his show or other guys on the station... Rob Rush, guys like that have that shows.
Yeah, really good show.
That's they do a lot of cool stuff with like bands and concerts or whatever. And he's a big wrestling fan, so
he's a huge wrestling fan. Actually, we were like I said 2 weeks ago. We had the I can't wait till Orlando comes on the show. I have a bone to pick with him about the trivia night. How we were jobbed out. What do you call it? The Holbrook screw job?
Yeah,
talk about that. But no, we're looking forward to have him on. We're going to talk a little bit of SummerSlam, a little bit of NXT, get his predictions for it. And like I said, he's a huge wrestling fan. And actually, I don't know if I'd put him one-on-one with the Stallion, but I think it'd be close in terms of knowledge. He did know what Kerry Von Erich's entrance music was.
That's...
You got to know the quirky things before you know the
Those
big
questions are erroneous.
They are. Want to remind you guys, we appreciate you listening, checking out this week's show. We are brought to you, as always, by the Damage 365 Radio Network.
Everybody, this is Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, and you are listening to Damage 365 Radio. And remember, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
So you guys you can find us on Twitter, on Instagram, at All Night Long WP, Facebook.com/All Night Long WP. Tweet us, follow us, like us, share us, comment, rate us, do whatever you got to do. Help us get your boys over, because much like the Cruiserweights, we can't do it ourselves. No matter how good the in-ring product is. Oh, that's a good comparison to the Cruiserweights.
Is it?
Yeah, I think that makes me Noam Dar.
I was going to say, what am I, Akira Tozawa?
No, Tozawa's getting a push. I think you and I are closer to
Drew Gulak?
Gulak for a better 205 Live. Genius. On that note, he's the Stallion, I'm the Enforcer. Once again, we're tapping out.